Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Inside this box, we have a flashback from the past, about a year ago. Wow, already, way back in 2019. I introduced you guys to a health band that to this day I go back and refer to as one of my absolute favorites and a standard in the industry. And it was called the Spovan Blade. You remember that? Spovan. You see the word right there? Folks, it's back. This is exactly 100% the same as the Spovan Blade. However, it's now being marketed as a Bakeey product, the Bakeey H02. What's it do? What doesn't it do? It can do heart rate variability, ECG, PPG. It'll take your heart rate, your blood pressure, your blood oxygen using red diodes while you're asleep. It can compute a Lorenz scatter diagram and even vibrate to wake you up if you're experiencing sleep apnea. Yeah, pretty sophisticated thing. All of which, of course, you got to take with a grain of salt because it's not a calibrated medical device. None of these are. So everything I'm telling you is going to provide you data for guidance, but not for you to really use to make health decisions based on the outcomes of those. Okay, here's the spec sheet. Basically tells you everything you need to know. It's using the H-band app, which is by far the best health related app for all of this data collection and all these different factors that it can collect, the basic battery levels and whatnot. And it looks like this. It's in its own self-contained little band, and the charger unit on it is actually in the arm itself. Let's take this little cover off, and I'll show you that. By going to opposite the electrical plate here, you can pull really hard. Yeah, it's a bit too much. And you got your charging ports there that you just plug into a regular charger and it'll charge it up. 2 electrodes. You've got your heart rate sensor right in here, and you've got green diodes and red diode and an infrared diode and on and on and on. And a great display. Now, I could sit down and review this whole thing for you, but I really worked hard to review the original one, which is right here. The only difference is over age, look, it's gotten not quite as shiny on the button, but it's the same watch. I'm going to light them both up. They both are now set for this press to unlock, so you can sleep and not accidentally turn it on. Watch this. I'm going to go through. Look at the screens. Everything the same. All of your step count, your heart rate, your blood pressure, last night's sleep time, blood oxygen. Long press enter for your ECG. And this one, I'm going to talk about that last one in a minute. And then it gets to your doggone it, it messed me up there. Your fitness stuff, and then finally press to turn it off, and then it's back to the opening screen, which they both have this particular display. You just change the display if you want to. Okay, you saw that one screen here. Let me get you to it, because that's the difference between the Spovan Blade and the H02. Right here. You see that figure of a guy with a heart strap around him and a long press? That's because of this. You see, this is a special, what you call it, adapter that you could take. Actually, you could use either one of them. And since we're working on this one, I wish it was a little bit easier. Okay, which one's the new one? This one is, because it's got the bright Spovan name on it. I'm going to take and put this in here, and this one in here, like this, and magnetically couple all of this on here. And now this whole apparatus, you peel off the plastic and you stick this on your chest, and when you push that icon that you saw there, you can go into a continuous ECG chart and that'll transmit to the app, and you could actually get an ECG, from direct connection to your body. Otherwise, you get it when you're wearing it on your wrist. So the big difference between the Spovan Blade and the H02 is that the Spovan Blade actually comes with this adapter. That's sold as one unit, whereas the new one just comes, as you can see in the box, it just comes as the band itself and the manual. And that's it. So depending on if you need or want this chest strap, if you do, look for picking up the Spovan Blade. But if you're not going to need that, but you do want to wear it as a band or a watch around your arm and get your ECG charts and all the other data that way, then the H02 might be the right one for you. Either way you go, the review is exactly the same on both of them. All right? Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's a little confusing, but you have two choices now. The basic unit is the H02, or the more advanced combination unit as the Spovan Blade. We'll see you again soon. What's it do? What doesn't it do? It can do heart rate variability, ECG, PPG. It'll take your heart rate, your blood pressure, your blood oxygen using red diodes while you're asleep. It can compute a Lorenz scatter diagram and even vibrate to wake you up if you're experiencing sleep apnea. Yeah.